What is good, everybody? It is BBFC, and we're back with a video that you all probably expected, because every single FC YouTuber with a decent following has done it. It's the trailer reveal. I'm a bit behind. It is Friday afternoon when I'm recording this. It's about 3 p.m. This will not be up until sometime Saturday for me, just because, well, Australia tax. I know, quite sad. But yeah, FC26 reveal trailer, it came out on Thursday morning, I think. So, again, it's a bit delayed, everyone's seen it, but we're going to discuss it. We're going to discuss my thoughts on as much of it as possible that I can discuss. Let's get into it. So, they bait you into thinking that it's going to be a normal cinematic. And then they say, oh, we want a gameplay trailer, not a movie. Now this plays into, so just, yeah, a lot of visuals, fixed tackles. Yeah, tackles are bad, and they've tried to fix tackles. That is true, but I'll be honest, it is important to understand that the main thing with tackles is that people were just able to spam them until they got what they wanted. So if they fix tackles, you know, they have to kind of fix them in multiple ways. They have to stop them from bouncing straight back if you win the ball, and most importantly, they have to stop the tackles from being spammed too often. A bit like NBA 2K with their steals, but not really relevant. Let's continue. More interceptions, more of this, make gameplay faster, make it more realistic. See, this is the first gripe that I have, is that it should be a mix of both. And you'll see now it says choose your gameplay experience. Why not both? Why not both? Yeah, it should be a mix of both. Like, because, for example, I hate to bring this up, but for example, right, I play Ultimate Team. That's no secret. If I play Ultimate Team, I should be playing competitive gameplay, because that is what Ultimate Team is at the core. It is competitive. If I'm playing career mode, maybe I don't want competitive. Maybe I want authentic, because obviously I'm not really playing against another person. But yeah, there should not be as much choice with this. It should be either a mix, or it should be Ultimate Team, you have competitive, and then other modes you have authentic. More agility in every direction. Yeah, I don't see the problem with that. More pace, even when they're tired. See, again, pace is a very key component of any sports game. But if my Virgil van Dijk or Kanate or whoever's here, if he's tired, this player should be able to run away and score. Pace should play a factor, but whoever has more pace as well should also have some sort of a factor. So, yeah, that's just my thoughts with that personally. I know people will probably disagree, but oh well. Fluid dribbling, dynamic dribbling, yeah, a lot of buzzwords. That's the thing you guys have to remember, is that EA are using a lot of buzzwords that they're going to try and get their target audience hooked. I am probably their target audience, but also I've seen through enough of these trailers to know that they put in these buzzwords to try and get you to buy the game as early as possible, because it's no secret, this is the worst performing FIFA, FC, whatever you want to call it, in a long time financially. They don't want to tell you that. But through what they're showing us and through what they're saying, you can almost just sense that that's a thing. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that it's come to this. GK Overhaul. Again, we'll see a lot of this when we play the game. Passing feels sluggish, and they're retuning passing. They're like, I just don't know, man. I want to see a specific thing. I don't know if it'll show, but I've seen a lot, right? And I'm going to explain it in a second if it shows up. If it doesn't, that is going to be kind of meta. The low-driven power shot. Because, obviously, as we know, usually mechanics that are, you know, newer to the game are quite meta. Because, obviously, the goalkeepers and all the animations and stuff, they don't really get catered towards it. So we'll have to see how it plays when we play the game. Like... And that's just the start. Like, so I'm going to get to this before we see the obvious at the end of the trailer, because I predicted this would happen. I'm not going to bother putting a clip in, but I did predict that the person at the end of this trailer would show up at the end of this trailer and just push you over the edge to buy the game. This trailer is very centered around community discourse and community feedback. There is only two ways that this can end. Either there is going to be a perfect game, which won't happen, by the way, because no one's perfect, but there's going to be a game which everyone likes for a lot longer, and it's going to be, you know, the greatest game in several years. Or, because it's community-based, you're going to have a lot of discourse, because people will say, oh, but I didn't ask for this. People like you, or people like you, or streamers like you asked for this, and your community. Like, there's gonna be a lot of discourse, and it's not very fair. Because I'm sure when they said, like, they've outlined that, like, there are certain sections of the community that have been asked on these things. But, yeah, I just don't like that community first approach, because it feels like you're passing the gun a bit, and it feels like you're going, well, you're actually responsible for this, not me. And there's a video I'll be releasing in a few days where someone is even more responsible and they've put themselves even more under the gun, and EA have done a masterstroke with that, but that is a few days from now. So like and sub if you want to see that. Let's finish the trailer, because we all know who's coming, chat. If you've seen the leaks, you know the PSG kit. And there he is, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is in the game. And I just, like, inspired by you. See, that is the quote. Inspired by you. And what if the game goes bad? Who's inspired by then? I just don't know, personally. I just don't believe, personally, that it will be... It's make or break. I've said this on Twitter, but it's make or break. It really is. Because you've put yourselves into a corner financially where you have to make more sales than ever before, it seems like. You've put in... We'll talk Ultimate Team news again, a separate video. But you've put in players that people have asked for. You're putting in features. You're putting in animations. You're fixing things that people want. If this goes bad, it's gonna just be the end for a lot more people. Maybe even me. Who knows? But, yeah, inspired by you. There's really not much more to say. I'll play it out. But, yeah, it's just, the club is yours, and that's their generic line at the end. And then you pre-order, you get all these bonuses, you can pre-order it now, and so forth. But yeah, I don't like it. I'll be honest. The club is yours. Their generic phrase attempting to make you feel included when you didn't make the game. Most of us probably didn't even have any say, but yeah, like, it's definitely a make or break. And that's all I'll end on. If you've stuck around to the end, drop a comment. See what people are saying. But yeah, we will be back with another video very soon.